the girls go? Dude, what type of guy wears something like that around his neck? What the hell? That's pretty goofy looking. Hey, it's my guild. Surprisingly enough, there's tons and tons and tons of magic going on in my guild. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be a link shell. Link shells are kind of like the guild chat. It's kind of an interesting way to go and show off a little backstory, rather than just having them tell you and explain it. What he can actually see it. Yeah, what he was saying right there. They're alluding a lot to the fact that you're essentially like a reincarnation, or some dude that's had like a, I don't know, amnesia. That you were a great great warrior in the past. That little thing that you saw in the sky had to do with, like, I think they summoned a primal, which was along the lines of, like, a Bahamut. Uh-oh, what's going on over here? So these little sections that you got on the map with blue and these little unhappy faces, they're essentially these things called, like, fates. And they allow you to kind of join in at random intervals and help on out and work with the group. So kind of like instances that anyone can join at any time. In search of warm stones, a spriggan known in the north as Spitfires, terrorizing the local small folk and hoarding precious ores and gems intended for sale to the Goldsmiths Guild. Give the crafty creatures a good scuffing and send him on his way back home. So that's Spitfire. Let me take out these dudes real quick. And generally what happens is you can go and you can see those on the map, and people just kind of run on over and help on out. And by going and participating and actually accomplishing them, you'll get things like additional XP and money and things like that, and make it so that like you can just kind of run around and not actually do any of the main missions. You can just kind of run around and gain experience doing these things. And I think that the rewards you get, the more that you do, work out to become better and better. Okay, let's see. Let's give this Wordle and see what happens. Oh man, I like the way he runs around. That's awesome. Let's see. Man, he's doing tons of damage. I might actually have to put him to sleep and run away a little bit. Ah, crap. Let's try this. Let's put him to sleep. Back off a little bit. And then let's try this again. Ah, crap. He gets all his HP back. That sucks. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that on my own. Sadly enough. Freaking Grave Robber. 1 of 3. So apparently I got to kill 3 of these in order to actually get all the information in my journal. I haven't actually been really paying attention. One of the things you get very early in the game is a journal that allows you to have like essentially a bestiary. And I haven't really been doing very much of it. I wasn't actually even aware that you could actually do that. Hunting log entry 08 complete. I actually haven't done any of these either. These Searfit clouds. One of 3. Okay, well, let me go and fill it on up. Here's another fate. Big time. Fear of being pummeled by sledgehammer beaks is preventing miners from delivering their ore. Seek all clearing of the Royal Owl against Starway of any and all threats. So yeah, these usually range from going and killing baddies, to collecting items, to a bunch of various things. So essentially, right now, this one is just going to kill a bunch of these dudes. And it looks like there's just a certain amount of them. And they're all level 5. What is actually cool about those is if you're like a super high level, what it'll do is it'll end up actually going to reducing level so that you can actually get matched up. So if you're level 50, then it doesn't make it so that you just absolutely destroy everything. It brings you down, I think, to like level 8. And even though you have all the abilities of your level 50 dude, your damage output isn't like outrageously huge and just like, you know, crazy. So this is a level 7 actually fate, and so I think it brings it down to probably something around that level. Maybe 9, maybe 10. I'm not exactly sure how much it reduces it, just that it does. So until I can cast my transpose again, keep on casting ice. Now it's time to cast some fire. And with me doing the extra damage, it looks like I only have to cast fire 3 times in order to actually kill these dudes. Nice. Transpose. Cast some ice. And these are just NPCs actually helping on out. Alright. Now my mana's full again. Let's see. Alright, try this guy on out. Okay, so fate is complete. Let's see what I get. I got myself a pretty nice medal. I got 1,120 XP and a little bit of mana, or whatever, a little bit of money. Now, what I like about this game compared to Final Fantasy was 11 is that you don't actually need to be in a party the entire time playing the game. And also, if you get in and start handling a dude that you can't fight, you don't have to actually go ahead and actually zone in order to get away from everything. Let's see. Okay, my hunting log for him is complete. And let's look up at what my next thing to do is. And let's go back over to the Court of the Rat King and see if I can actually take that on now. Whereas most of the time, I think the only time I've actually had interaction with other people so far is just asking them how to go and block people. Because all of this game does a pretty good job of kind of explaining things to you and giving you some heads up on how to do things. It doesn't tell you everything that would be nice to know. Like how to block people and how to interact with the map a little bit. And the map is a little bit confusing at times, trying to figure out exactly how it works. So if they went and they did that a little bit better, I'd appreciate it. But for the most part, I mean, once you just kind of play it for a little bit, you kind of get a pretty good understanding of how everything works. And it is quite a bit of fun. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Let's see. Apparently you just go on the outskirts and avoid all these guys. Ah, come on. Alright, well, I messed that up. That's okay, I can take out one of these guys. I'd like to try to avoid fighting all of them like I would before. Come on. Damn you, dodge. Sick of this guy. Yeah, so the lightning damage, a little bit of damage over time. It doesn't do too terribly much, but if you're just going to be attacking anyways, might as well have that actually activated and on him, just to kind of do a little bit more damage every once in a while. And it doesn't have these little orbs around you the way that fire does and the ice does, so always a good thing to actually just have activated. I think that if you actually have your fire orbs on, it'd be better off to just go and actually cast a fire spell, as opposed to being ice, because you don't actually do a lot of damage with ice. So with ice, you want to go and try to get as much damage and DPS as possible, so going and actually doing that little process of getting a little boost is worth it. But with fire, I don't think so. The spell doesn't cast as much, but you also don't do as much damage, and so it's, I don't know, it's kind of a personal preference. So far, if I have fire going, I don't actually go and cast lightning. I always do my alteration first, and then cast lightning. So let's look at what I need to do over here. Let's go back to the coffer in the coffin. Talk to that guy real quick. Which was that small itty bitty instance that I just ended up doing. Also, as you can see, fall damage isn't too terribly bad in this game. Man, where's my reward? No shirts, no shoes, no service. Interesting. This is the first time I've actually seen a fate like this, which is actually sort of an instance. I don't know, this might be just a normal fate and just based on how this works. Huh. Once again, I haven't actually played this too terribly much. Although he's able to go and actually instantiate it as well. I guess someone actually just needs to start it. That's pretty cool.